What's a life-saving tip you think everyone should know? Driving tired is just as dangerous as driving drunk. I got up at 4 a.m. to make a 7 a.m. flight from Toronto to LA, but I got bumped and routed via Vancouver instead. Instead of getting into LA at 11 a.m. local time, I ended up getting in at 4 p.m. and hit a massive traffic jam heading south. This was before cell phones, so I had no traffic info that I understood, and I just stayed on the highway. By the time I turned off the highway, I'd been up for 20 hours. I could feel my head falling as I micro-napped and jerked awake, but I had only a few miles to go, so I kept going. Bad move. Another micro-nap, crossed the median, and hit another car. Just a broken foot for me, and a few bruises for her, but it could have been much worse. If you're that tired, pull off and sleep. For bears there is a rhyme. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, say good night. In the case of black bears, they're generally smaller. If one is attacking you, then you have a chance of survival by fighting back. You'll probably be in awful shape, but you'll live. In the case of a brown bear, it's best to show it that you are not a threat to it or its cubs. Lie down. Protect your neck and head. Make sure it's gone before getting back up. In the case of polar bears, things are very different. If you notice a polar bear hunting you, then it's already too late. Make peace with your gods because you are going to die. Also, hike in groups, and the more noise the better. You are much less likely to end up mauled by a bear. If someone is drowning, do not dive in to save them, throw something that floats. If you suspect someone is being shocked by electricity, use wood or rubber or anything non-conductive to help break their contact with the energy. If someone is breathing and knocked out or fainted, or blacked out from drugs, turn them on their side to avoid the risk they might drown in their own vomit. If some people is working overhead, with fall arrest systems, have a game plan to get them down if they fall. FAS have a time limit before the constriction on their legs risk permanent damage or death. If someone is buried alive from a trench collapse, you need to unbury them all the way, because of the pressure on their body. Especially their legs. Confined spaces contain invisible, senseless death. It can be any heavy gas in there, stay out. Small falls kill. And one thing I tell the kids I train, you gotta be smart, if you want to be dumb. Heart attack pain for women is often different than men. The classic symptoms of chest pains radiating down your left arm isn't what most women feel. It's often a chest tightness, horrible gastric reflux feeling, and an impending sense of doom. It's also described as the worst pain you've ever felt, and women don't go to the doctor for it because childbirth was worse, etc. So women, don't ignore any sort of tightness, pressure, or twinges in your chest. I sometimes get this chest tightness where breathing in burns and I have to hold my breath, and the pains around my heart. It lasts about a minute and results in me inhaling a tiny bit of air and holding my breath, and repeat until the pain stops. Is this just acid reflux? Because I also know when acid literally comes up your throat as acid reflux. In the US, by law, every cell tower has to receive and connect 911 calls. It's entirely possible that your cell phone says, no signal, because you're not in range of your specific network and you have roaming turned off, but if needed you could call 911 without any issue at all. The same is true in Canada. You don't even need a SIM card to call 911. I would even imagine it's true for most places in the world. Also, some places around the world let you text 911. If you live in an area of extreme temps, keep stuff in your car in case you break down and can't get help immediately. For any temp, water and high-density food such as protein bars. For cold, a sleeping bag or blanket. For heat, more water and something to make shade. If a service dog comes up to you, follow them. Service dogs will only leave their owners as a last-ditch effort for help. If you get stabbed, do everything in your power to keep the knife in. The knife is acting as a makeshift seal, and it's the only thing keeping you from bleeding out. Keep it in and get to a hospital immediately. Car head rests can be used to break a window. Tiger attacks can be avoided by making eye contact with the tiger. If it knows you know it's there, it can no longer ambush you. Pressure on the wound is more important than covering it. Ice can also stem blood flow. Pick up the phone and text. Call someone if you know they're going through a rough time. Don't try to breathe underwater, you're not a fish. Edit. Always carry a small jar of peanut butter while going for a hiking. If you get lost, Peanut butter will keep you alive for days till the rescue arrives. Thank you very much for watching my video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. I will see you in the next video.